Hi friends, I'm the vegan. Today I make a smoothie that has a special name. It's called Nutcracker Fruit Smoothie. And I was inspired by Dick Gregory. That's a famous vegan activist. He was a comedian. He left his body in 2012, I think it was, I'm not sure. But he was a famous man, was controversial. He raised a lot of awareness for the food. He was an activist for his fellow Americans, the minorities, the colored and black and brown people. And he was a follower of Martin Luther King. And Martin Luther King was the one who promoted non-violence lifestyle. I mean, he wanted to use, like Gandhi in India, to free the people from suppression, non-violence. That was the big deal, and that brought Dick Gregory to the same idea of not doing it to animals, not harming animals anymore. It came later, they all found out that that is necessary. We cannot suppress humans and fight for liberation of humans and then do it to the animals. So these people, they had a good heart and understood that. And the problem also was for his activism, for the people that went on the street and protesting and so, he said they were weak oftentimes and sick and had because of bad food. And he said, he talked about food deserts. There were food deserts, they're still there. I didn't know that either. There are parts in America, it's a rich country, you know, where people cannot even buy fresh fruit and vegetables. And that, he says, is a big problem, and we have to eat healthy, fresh, clean, plant food to also be able to do activism on the streets out there. And now today studies come out that even say, what has been criticized before, the idea that eating fruits and vegetables lifts the mood, makes you happy. And said, oh, that is just a coincidence, it's not true. And so, but recently, right now, today I read a transcript from a video with Dr. Gregory that talked exactly about that. He said there was a lot of criticism about the idea that fruit and vegetable make you happy, actually. But now there's a randomized study came out, finally, after many other studies that couldn't prove the whole thing. Still questions remain, but the randomized study is that you have compare groups. Different groups of people, one with our normal food, then encouraging them to eat fruit and veggies, and the others, they have to eat they gave them 2 servings of fruit and vegetables every day, in addition to their regular diet. And these people, after 2 weeks, had a consistent rise in happiness. So, short story, but the idea that food is so important for our mental health is now even scientifically proven. So very interesting. I mean, and we knew that all the time. That eating an apple makes you happy. But it's another thing if science comes and says, yeah, that's proven now, and in a solid way. So this Dick Gregory was completely right in his idea, and he made a cookbook also. It was in 1973 or so, came out, and it has been now brought out again. It was so famous, like a cult in America, you know, Black Lives Matter, and so as people thought about these things again. And that book contained a smoothie that called Nutcracker Sweet. And I find it very inspiring. The whole story, I didn't know Dick Gregory. He heard of him, saw photos and quotes and so on the internet. Okay, but I didn't really know about him, what he did, and so more and more I find out about him. He's such an interesting person. And in America, I think I'm in Germany here, many more people know about him, of course. So I learned a little bit, and I want to make this another smoothie, inspired by that one. And the idea is from that smoothie that you have a fruit juice. Here, this is my fruit juice. And I call it Nutcracker Juice. Nutcracker Juice and fruit juice. And I have another video where I show how to make it. There are apples, pears, oranges, grapefruits, lemon, strawberries, one more. You find out. It's all in the recipe. It's linked under this video. You can find out. It's a huge amount of fruit in there, and it tastes really amazing. When you look at the photo from that video, it really looks like a beautiful, colorful playground of colors. Really, you have to. This is the most beautiful colors of a smoothie, of a juice. One of the most really beautiful one. Yeah, I have to see. So this is a very delicious juice, and it also tastes a little bit like strawberries. Yeah. Basically, you can make any kind of fruit juice. Yeah, there are different fruit. That is the emphasis here. Different kinds of fruit, and I guess Dick Gregory thought about making the recipes for people that everybody can make easily if you can buy fresh and fruit and vegetables, and that of course is not very. It's not always the case. You have to understand. I didn't know that either. Yeah, in a rich country, and you cannot buy fruit and vegetables fresh. That is strange. Yeah, that's called a food desert. So, but the apple everybody can buy apples usually, oranges, grapefruits, lemons, pears. Yeah, these things are easy to get. Usually, and that I guess was his idea. So I have the fruit juice in the first place, and his idea was to blend it with nuts and seeds. It's called Nutcracker because nuts and seeds of course have protein and fat, because the fruit, they have mostly carbohydrates. So to shortly explain, everything we eat can be measured in calories. So that is in terms of the energy we take in, how much energy we need every day. Science says in average maybe 2,000, 2,500. If you are really active, maybe more, 4,000, all kinds. But average 2,000 calories a day, that is a healthy food usually. About, depends on how big you are and so on, how strong you are, what you do and so. But this is a number, just a number. And now how to get these calories? There are three parts in every food. All our food is made of these so-called macronutrients, that is carbohydrates, protein and fat. So everything we eat, all the calories we eat, are made of these three big macronutrients, as opposed to micronutrients. It's vitamins, minerals, phytonutrients, colors, flavors, textures, all these kind of things. That's all micronutrients. But the macronutrients, in here is, so to say, the carbohydrates, the bulk. Most what we eat is carbohydrates, and the small amount, but very important, is fat and protein, and that's in nuts and seeds. So it's a very simple idea to put these together in one smoothie to get everything you need. Right? That's the basic idea, and I found it nice, and I always make smoothies with nuts and seeds all the time. But this one is special, and I'm going to show you how I do it here. Also here, my own ratio. I have some almonds here. That's about a third cup. Then I have a third cup of sesame seeds and a third cup of sunflower seeds. So he has the same nuts and seeds. I have a little bit of different measurements. So when you put them all together, you have almost a cup. So to make it easy, you have a half a liter of juice and about a cup of nuts and seeds, more or less, That is not so important. And then I have dates. I put some dates in there to make it a little bit sweeter and creamier. I have here 5, 6, 7 dates. Depends on how much you want. You can also take dried apricots, raisins, or whatever you like. You have some dried fruit at hand. So I have basically 3 parts, and I will put that together in a container here, glass. Put here the nuts in there, the almonds. So 1 cup, or say 1 cup nuts and seeds. Equal parts: almonds, sesame seeds, and sunflower seeds, and a handful of dates. And then I put the juice on top. Such a delicious juice. Really, all the color here. It's really a joy to drink and to smell it and to watch it, these colors. So I just put it in there. See? These containers are very helpful. This is just to make them soak. The nuts and seeds, they need some soaking. So that it's easier to blend, to make it creamy. And as I want to save time, and I will definitely have this smoothie more than once, I already did that. Yeah, just to show you how it works. Yeah, and this has been soaked overnight in the refrigerator. So the same thing, same amount of nuts and seeds and juice and dates. And I will blend that now in my high-speed blender. Yeah, so if you don't have a high-speed blender, I guess, I don't know if in '73, if the people had these kind of high-speed blenders. I don't know, but soaking, of course, makes it easier to blend. And if you don't have such a power blender, you can do it with a regular blender easier when it's soaked. I guess that's the main reason. So I put it in there now and blend it up. And then I can't wait to taste it. I didn't taste it before. Very excited. Let's see. Oh, by the way, the nuts and seeds, I also tried that in a separate movie, in a video. I blended the nuts and seeds with some water and filtered it through nut milk bag. So I have this Nutcracker plant milk, and it tastes heavenly, really. And these nuts and seeds also are not very special. They are not very expensive cashews, macadamias, or Brazil nuts or so. They're just almonds, sunflower seeds, and sesame seeds. Very easy to get, and so also a nice flavored combination. The pairing is very nice. Here also Dick Gregory has a very nice taste, that person, and I appreciate that. I wanted to taste that in a separate plant milk, and I already enjoyed it. It's really great. And the link to the plant milk is also under this video. But you don't need it for the smoothie, of course. So one more time, blender dance. Look at that color, what a difference now. Here, that is creamy. When you blend the juice with nuts and seeds, you get this kind of color. Let's see. The texture looks nice. It's nice and creamy. I didn't really know how much of the nuts and seeds I would need to make it really, to give it the right texture. But it looks very nice. And now I'm very curious, excited to taste it. Yeah, the texture is really wonderful. It's a nice creamy texture, perfect smoothie. Now let's see. Really powerful. I blend it one more time. Oh, that's he said, make that one. He called it Nutcracker Sweet. It's a little bit different than that, and enjoy. And relax, sit down and enjoy. And then you have all the power for all the activism on the street. And when I blend one more time to make it creamier, you can always take a little bit more longer, one more. Blender dance. Second blending, oftentimes makes it smoother and creamier, and that also is important for the good flavor. One more time. Awesome. Let me show you what it looks like. It's really, when you have a rich flavor with so many different fruits and nuts and seeds, it's like a blossom, like a flower, like a lawn, the meadow with lots of different flowering, blossoming flowers. It's so beautiful. It's in the flavor too. So it makes a lot of sense to put so many different fruit into one juice and then to make it in a smoothie. I'm so happy I tried it. Now have a look. That you have an idea what it might feel like when you drink it, from the texture and the color. See, isn't that nice? So that's my version of the Nutcracker Fruit Smoothie. Thanks to Dick Gregory and all the people who are around him, who helped him, and thanks for their great activism, and I hope we will turn the whole planet vegan pretty soon. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you like, subscribe MD Vegan on YouTube, like my video, have another recipe every single day, and find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter.